There are some dishes that just remind me why I love being a cook. Sometimes it's just about the simple stuff. A lot of times it's just about the simple stuff. Today I want to show you a salmon panzanella salad. We're going to take a few shortcuts, make it simple, make it easy, make it beautiful. You guys are going to love this one. Let me show you how to do it. I really want you guys to slow down with me on this one, right? This is maybe we'll just go into store. I'm gonna get the bread going, all right? Use any kind of bread that you like. Today I found some seeded Italian bread. There are some dishes, I mentioned this a second ago, that just make you excited to be a cook, right? When you really break things down to basics, really break things down to just the flavor and the wonder of each individual ingredient, and then you bring them together to something magical and wonderful. I really don't want to teach you an entire step-by-step recipe today. I just want to talk about how much fun food is. I should probably teach them, Ethan.
Probably.
Okay, toast the bread. Plain and simple. I don't need to do too much of that. Now, I've got a ton of ingredients here. A ton of ingredients. We're going to start with our vinaigrette. Again, use whatever you like. Vinegar and oil. That's basically it. We're going to add some garlic and some herbs and stuff later. But a vinaigrette is just 50-50 oil and vinegar. Use any kind of oil you like. Use any kind of vinegar that you like. I happen to have a Meyer lemon vinegar that is fantastic and really beautiful. If you're going to use garlic, use a ton of garlic. Here's a fun place to play with all your flavors. You could add citrus juice. You could add a million different things. Make it your own. The thing I want to talk about the most today is the tomatoes. I found these gorgeous little grape tomatoes. They're all different colors and stuff. I like to cut them in half. You can cut them one direction, then you can cut them the other direction. You can use big giant tomatoes. You can use Roma tomatoes. You can use heirloom tomatoes. Any kind of tomatoes that you like. Just use a few different kinds. What we're looking for is the appearance to not just be all one single thing. So using a tiny grape in one bite and having a bigger grape tomato in one bite, and then having a much bigger slice of tomato in a different bite is really nice. I also like to add onions and cucumbers to this. Remember, we don't want any single flavor to overpower any of the others. So don't cut your onions or your cucumbers too big. You also don't want them too thin either. And this, again, I don't want to overcomplicate things. Very, very easy. Just chop it up, throw it in a bowl. Add some vinaigrette. That's how easy this is. Now, traditionally, a panzanella was done in Italy with old, very hard, stale bread, sometimes multiple days old bread. And it was a way to save it to stretch $1. So they would soak the hard, stale bread in water, wring out the water, and then put it in the salad. So traditionally, it is a bit mushy. I'm not interested in total mush. We don't want to be soaking in the water. But when the bread is done, we pull that off and we cut it. We're somewhere in between toast and a crouton. Does that make sense, Ethan?
Yeah.
Not full crouton territory, but a little further than toast.
Crouton.
The idea here is we do want some crunch, but we want the inside to be nice and spongy because it's going to soak up all the juices. The tomatoes will start to release some of their water. All of the other ingredients in here, the parsley, the basil, the tomatoes, the onions, all of this stuff comes together. And that's the thing we were talking about in the beginning. Each individual thing is fantastic on its own, but when they come together, it's a symphony. It is a gorgeous, beautiful, delicious symphony. Now, I do want to beef this up a little bit. You could just serve the salad, and that's fine, but I want to add some salmon as well. So my griddle's medium-high heat. I want a decent temp here. Salt and pepper, garlic, Tuscan herb. That's it. Again, use any seasoning that you like. Don't overcomplicate it. A little bit of oil, your favorite seasoning, and cook it fast and furious. I might want a little bit medium on the inside. You could go rare if you're feeling saucy. Cook it how you like it. Now, when you're done, I wouldn't put the salmon into the bowl and mix everything. I would mix everything together, then put it in my serving bowl first. With the bread too. By the way, this might sound strange. The bread's gonna soak up those beautiful juices and get a little soggy, but because we toasted it, it's also a little crispy. All that goes in a bowl. Then we're gonna put that gorgeous salmon right over the top. You could serve it as a whole fillet or whole fillet. Who's been watching the show? Let me know in the comments down below. Or you can cut it into smaller chunks. I like that rustic style for this. Break it apart by hand or cut it with a knife. Arrange it nicely in your serving platter. Again, this is family style. So, hey, Blackstone Betty, shout out to you. I want to serve this very rustic Italian style. Finish with a bit of Grana Padano, a bit of lemon zest if you want. Here's the bottom line. That's fast. That's quick. It's bold and beautiful, and the flavors are unbelievable. Let's get into this thing. Gotta go for the bread first. I said it a minute ago, it might seem silly and weird. Makes you glad to be a cook. Let me get into some of that salmon and tomato. Can I get them both? There we go. Oh yeah. Isn't that what Betty does? I think it's the Italian flavors. That's what happens. This one, I know I say a lot on the show. Simple, quick, and easy. This one truly is. Flavors, you know what it needs? Don't be afraid. It needs a touch more salt. Just a little bit more salt. Tomatoes love salt. Sometimes you actually feel in a dish like this, you'll add salt. The tomatoes will soak it all up. You know, take a bite, and it almost tastes like you didn't add salt at all, so be generous with the salt. This is the kind of dish, even if it's October, even if it's November, whenever you're watching this video, even if it's summertime, it just makes you feel good. Quick and easy, very simple, not that expensive. This is a pretty affordable dish too. And go old school Italian. If you've got old stale bread, soak it in a bit of water and throw it in. It sounds weird, but it's delicious. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you love this one as much as I do. Again, play with all those different flavors. Play with the amounts. Play with ingredients that you want to add. The technique here is make a beautiful vinaigrette. Simple. Add a bunch of fresh veggies. Simple. Toast, not mush. Toast your bread. Mix it all in. Crazy, crazy delicious. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to make this at home. If you do, let me know. Tag me on Instagram at Chef Nathan Lippy. Tag at Blackstone Products, all that fun stuff. This is Cook, Eat, Repeat, where we like to help you become a better cook one episode at a time. I'm your host, Chef Nathan Lippy, and I'll see you all in the next episode.